Yeah, man, another episode of Force of One podcast. It's your boy Frank Nino. Have my homegirl Leticia J. We in Yonkers right now, man, with my guy, Snyp Life.
Yes, sir.
One
Salute,
of the realest
salute.
to ever do it, man.
What up? What up?
You know what I'm saying? One of the elite bar spitters.
Appreciate
One of the
that, my
humblest
brother.
guys.
Very humble.
You feel me? You don't be on that crackhead talking like the rest of you bullshit ass rappers. But you though. Shout out to my guy, man. You know, just one time.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate the intro.
Been dealing with my guy for a long time, man.
Yeah.
Stands on good business. When you book him, straight business, on time. Get your drops on time. No Hollywood shit. Interacts with the crowd. Understand what I'm saying? Fuck with my guy. Snyp, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Salute.
You know what it is,
Yeah,
man. What's going on, Snyp?
We outside, man. We working, staying sucker free, staying out the way. And that's it, man. Just grinding. But we live, we here in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you got a chance to pull up on me.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So we could talk some shit, catch up, all that fly shit. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take it back a little bit.
Yeah, let's go.
How long you been rapping for?
I wrote my first rhyme when I was 9 years old.
Do you remember it?
I wish I did. I remember the inspiration behind it though, cause like when I was 9, I want to point out I was in humanities, so I was in a gifted class. I only got a chance to be in there for a year cause my attitude and I was wilding, but I was smart. So I heard like some Big Daddy Kane shit. Like my mom's was young, so my mom's had me. She was like a teenager herself. You know what I mean, like 17. You know what I mean. So we kind of grew up together. So, but I remember her cleaning the crib. But I could see it vividly, like her cleaning the crib, listening to like the shit we do now, right? Like clean the crib, playing music, playing your playlist or whatever. And it was some Big Daddy Kane shit. It struck my attention. It was crazy. I think it was Ain't No Half Stepping or something. And like I said, I was a kid. I was only 9, but I was aware and I was conscious. And that alone, like, it was like, yo, I need to be in this game. The shit this dude is saying, the look he had, the railroad, the part with the railroad, the eyebrows. I did all of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's where it came from, though. And yeah, and it's been nonstop ever since. It's like sometimes I don't even realize how much time actually went by. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a kid to now, it's like you still doing it. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Word.
That means the passion was real.
Right.
Yeah. Word.
Because you gotta definitely have a passion to stay in this shit.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, but just to not drag it. My first rhyme was at 9. I'm originally from Mount Vernon, money earning Mount Vernon. Rest in peace, Have. Excuse me. Rest in peace, Have. Rest in peace, my man 2-5. He was like the mayor of the town. I mentioned 2-5 because later on, it was through him that I met K. Slay. You know what I'm saying? So that was a Mount Vernon connection. That got me that opportunity. Rest in peace, Slay. But I met him from real niggas, from real people who depending on who you ask, you know what I'm saying, real gangsters, like, you know what I mean. So I was given certain opportunities just based off of the affiliation, and then the fact that I was nice, it just kind of made it make sense. But before we even get that far, I just mentioned him because that's my roots. But I moved to Yonkers. I was like probably 10, 11. I was 11 years old when I moved to Yonkers.
So you still growing up, still.
So I met the Locks before they was the Locks, obviously. I was 11, and I kicked my first round for Sheik at 11, 12.
So Sheik's the first one you met out of the Locks?
Sheik was the first one I met. Sheik was the first one that I clicked with and that I like rhymed a lot with. I rhymed a lot with Luch when I was a kid. Like when I look back, like it's crazy because like Kiss and Styles ain't rap much. You had to catch it. Like you had to be. It was a movie. Even back then, it's like with X. Like you had to be right there to catch it. It's a movie. You know what I mean? And of course, even Luch, it was a movie because those are the big bros. These are, and it's crazy that I got a chance to say that because a lot of people, I don't know, they just put me like right with them.
Yeah.
But they older. I was a shorty. I was a kid. They like 4 or 5 years older than me. So, but I'm the nicest shorty on the block. Know what I mean? So the older drug dealers that they outside, you know, they want to be entertained. They always would send for me. And anytime they would rap, when Kiss and Styles and when they would rap, they would send for me. Know what I mean? So I was always able to make those ciphers, that early interaction, and then absorbing and soaking in all of the game. I met X in the staircase, and I started doing the beat on the wall for him, and he rhymed. That was the first time I ever met him. And he spit 60 bars.
How old are you at this time?
I'm still 12, 12, 13. I'm outside early. My mom's, rest in peace, rest her soul. She was from Harlem, so she had like a different type of flair, flashy. All the drug dealers. One of my uncles was gangsters. They all in prison. Some of them connected with like people like Nicky Barnes and shit like that. It's a whole nother story. But they Harlem Nights. So I got an uncle that did 27 years. You know what I'm saying? So like that was their little sister. So my mom's used to rock furs. Like she would fly with the. So raising me, I was like advanced. I was advanced. I watched myself at 5. You know what I mean? So now we fast forward. I'm like a teenager. I'm outside. Like I'm everywhere. I know how to go to Harlem. I know how to get on the 1 train and go downtown. I know how to go to 125th. Some of my friends didn't at that time. Some did because we was older. A lot of us was advanced. This is the 90s. So it was like, you know, this before social media. You had to be outside. You had to be in it. Yeah. And if you was nice, you wasn't nice because they heard you on a tape or something. You was nice because you was on their blocks. You was tearing their best rapper up. That's how they said you was nice. You wasn't nice because... And if you listen back, X used to say in his rhyme, he had a rhyme, and somewhere in the line he said, I'm giving it to niggas. Got them thinking that they feeling it. And like for me, I'm a YO from the curb day one nigga. Like when we in the cypher, we not in the cypher. I'm here to kill all y'all niggas. Yeah. So you see, and then you get the translation, like, and these are the big dogs. So this is who I'm watching. And it's like, nah, nigga, if we rapping, I'm trying to kill the whole room every time. Know what I'm saying? And that was the competitiveness. That's where we got it from. And we had a chip on our shoulder because we from Yonkers. And it was like, where the fuck is that? Even me, like coming from Mount Vernon, when I was like, where the fuck are we moving to? Yonkers, what the fuck is that? But it was like Mount Vernon times 10. Because Mount Vernon is 4 square miles. It's small. Where Heavy D from, Pete Rock, CL Smooth from? Yeah. It's 4 square miles. So all crazy shit happened, but it's one of everything. 1 project, 1 high school. I moved to Yonkers, is 7, 8 projects, is 7 high school. It's lit. Like, you got to be outside. So everything kind of transitioned there, but it started with me rhyming and being embraced by the older heads. Yeah. And, yeah, that's where that shit just fast forward. Like, a lot of they rhymes was spit in these ciphers growing up. A lot of the rhymes that y'all heard for the first time, we already heard them. You know what I'm saying? Like when Luch spit his verse on the Benjamins, I heard that shit in 95, 96. He been had that rhyme. He just tweaked it up a little bit. Yeah. X whole album, dog, 90% of that is old rhymes. They put on real original beats. Because he rhymed on, like if you was from the street, you knew the tapes. He had one side, he had 20 freestyles. Then you flip the tape over, it's Spanish music. It's like salsa and shit. So it was hood. It was hood shit. But in that moment, you lived for those tapes from the Warlocks, from DMX. Like, and me being from the block that they was most frequently from, when you ever heard the Locks, if you listen to the first time you ever heard the Locks say what block they from, you could go back to the Clue tapes. They said they from 354. That's the first time you ever heard the Locks say where they from in Yonkers. Yeah. Not just saying Yonkers, but where at in Yonkers. That's the first time. That's my block. Yeah. So this is where we grew up. I absorbed all that shit. X, he from School Street. But he frequented everybody's project. X was everywhere. But then he was in my block a lot. His ex-wife at the time, his big moms at the time, Tashira, she lived in 354. So you just bump into this guy every day. Yeah. Every day. And he wore the same shit every day. All black fucking army suit, green Jets jersey. I never forget this shit. Anybody from Yonkers from the 90s is going to tell you, yo, he right. And he had the Brindle Pit, Boomer. He rob you with the dog, steal with the dog, sleep with the dog, everything with it. That shit wasn't a gimmick. So we was laughing at the industry because the industry never seen no shit like this. They like, yo, is this shit for real? Is he act? We like, y'all don't even know. That's really how he really is.
No, it ain't no act. This is what he does.
You see the locks and the shit they talk. You really see him on the curb, on the crate like this. We chilling, and some of us are still selling crack and robbing shit, coming back home from jail. Like this was, we was. The only difference was for me, I was younger, but I was able to fit in with the older crowd. Young, you know what I'm saying? So
like you said, you was ahead.
I was able to absorb that shit, and no shading, not on a freestyle. Like if you from Yonkers, you fucking know. I was the best nigga on my block for my peers. I was way far advanced than my peers.
The best nigga in 354.
Always, from day one. I started like this. When you look at the different eras now and I see the young niggas, I just chuckle. Because I was the first nigga repping that block out of state, in prison. I was the nigga doing. I came home. I'm the first nigga to incorporate my block. That's my real company. It's really on my credit. You check my last 3 albums. It's 354 Entertainment. It's a real thing. You could Google that shit and go back to the early 2000s. We was the first niggas coming out with, like for hood independent niggas, we was the first niggas dropping compilation tapes. And you could YouTube, Google this shit. It's called YO's Finest. We dropped like a real compilation. Not like some niggas with like, you know, Flex and Rough Riders, they had compilations. But we talking about like hood niggas. Niggas ain't had no compilations. Where? We had the shits with everybody's shit on there.
From Yonkers.
I had niggas pulling up. Shout out my boy Mano. I had niggas pulling up, coming to fuck with me like real shits, no made up shits. And this is all through the journey. I know I skipped a big part because, you know, you start talking about the rhyming and then you start talking about the different elements of it and with the phases. But that's where it started. Right there on the block, I was rapping. They was calling me over. I was able to get the Ciphers. On the daily, I would come outside. Me and Luch, we chilling. And Luch always said, back then, he always said to me, I sometimes remind him, sometimes we had conversations, we would laugh and shit. But I was like, yo, I remember a time we was in the store and he said, yo, I got you. Yo, when we get on, and he's like, yo, not like when we drop like mixtapes and shit, but like when we drop albums, he's like, you know I got you. He said that to me, I was 14, know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I hung on that as a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Of course we stubborn, yo, we do. But for me and my friends, because my friends rap, and I want to shout out Doom Entertainment is a big part of my upbringing. Because
they based out of Yonkers.
They based out of Yonkers. And if you from anywhere in Westchester, you familiar with Doom Entertainment because we was the Yonkers version of the Wu-Tang. We literally was 30 deep. Some soloists, some groups. But if you look at the chain of command, right, and we talking rap, it's always been X, right? Then it always was the Locks. The Locks had a subdivision, though. I call it so
DMX and the Locks part of Doom?
No, hell no. I'm giving you the chain of command right here. Look, this the chain of command. X is at the top. X is the grand champ. Don't never get that twisted. He's the grand. Nobody's next to him, and nobody's above him. But honorable mention from Yonkers, I will say shout out, salute Bill Blast, because Bill Blast was the only one that probably was even worthy enough to even go up against X. But X to me, as far as rap he was our superhero. Like you couldn't fuck with X, nobody. You know what I mean? Yeah. But there was nobody for him. Like who he's gonna battle? There's nobody for him. So you had Bill Blast, who was super nice, but he was like the one that this is who we got. But you know, X was the grand champ. He was the best. You know what I'm saying? And then under X was the Locks. You know what I mean? Styles, Kiss, Sheep. They was like Varsity A. They had the Varsity B. This is my opinion. This is just my opinion. They Varsity B was Casino, Genovese, Rich Thumbs. Because that's their subdivision. Like they all in the same clique. But it's the Locks first, and then like these are our homies. But then after them, it was us. It was Doom Entertainment. You know what I mean? So that's a part of history when we looking at the total poll. And like they rap. We had a bunch of nice like dudes and shit like that. But like when it came to Doom Entertainment, niggas knew like we was like the hardest niggas. Like me, I had a partner. Know what I'm saying? And you could Google this shit. This is something on YouTube. because I know this is all recorded on YouTube. You could search a song that I did when I was like 15, and it's called G Notes. Snyp Life G Notes, and it's not my record. I'm a feature on the record. Yep. Shout out my brother Black Jesus, who used to be super nice. He was one of the best niggas in Yonkers, and I'm giving you history from here, and the people connected from the locks down. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, when you think Yonkers, all you really know is DMX, and you know the locks, you know us, but it's a whole lot, like a whole other thing of people that had a part in this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just fast forward to this one particular part. That was vinyl. We had vinyl in 96. I'm a little nigga. They like this, yo, we pressing your shit up. And I say that to fans and to people that just heard me within the last 5 years. I literally been rapping the same way since 96. And you can look on YouTube and you can hear how my baby self sounds at 15. The same style though. I've always rapped the same way. So it's people like in the last few years you might get some of the similarities. These are my big brothers, so of course I soaked up the game from them. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And I never try to pull rank, like scientifically and mathematically it's impossible because I'm younger. Yeah. I'm literally younger. So but I was outside and I was doing all the shit they was rapping. You know what I mean? So yeah, that shit even itself out as far as the respect with the age. And it's like, yo, come on, you just rock. So I just rocked from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the name Snyp Life. What does that mean to you?
Excuse me. It's crazy. Rest in peace. My big homie Greasy Nye. He's 354 legend, 354 general. He gave me the name. Like, I think it was just one of those, you know how older niggas just see you be saying little slick shit, and it just stuck with me, like, cause anybody that know me growing up, like especially like a teenager, I was into like a lot of like army fatigues and shit, right? So this before the name, but one day he see me, he's like, yo, you like a fucking little sniper, like, and it's like Snyp, like it just stuck, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, so I got that. I kind of got the idea from him, and then I kind of trimmed it down. I had a situation where I got the life on the back from a real case. I caught a case, and I was looking at it 3 to life. I had an A2 felony, and I was looking at 3 to life, and the Snyp Life came, and that's actually how, honestly, that's how it came, and I just ran with it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so. Yeah, it wasn't no extravagant story for it. It's just 2 situations, and I just blended it together and just ran with it. You know what I'm saying? But the acronym is I'm the same nigga you paid. That's why my shit is SNYP, because I'm the same nigga you paid. So all the hate, all the people that doubted, that didn't think I was gonna last this long, I'm the same nigga you paid. Because I don't do this shit for free. I'm a professional. You know what I'm saying? You don't get paid, you an amateur. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's like a lot of the game is missing the realness from the era that I grew up with. Just the outspoken, like now if you say something, you a hater. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like you can't even be honest, like, no, that shit was whack, man. You hated, like, you know what I'm saying?
That
so
shit was really whack, man. I was giving honest opinion.
Yeah, so you know, but yeah, man, but that's where it come from. And being around greatness, man, since I was a kid, so
you used to call yourself something else, 90s gutter, was it 90s gutter baby? 90s era gutter baby or something like that.
Where you get that from?
I got that from an interview that you did.
That's hard. Nah, it's crazy. Nah, it sound familiar.
Interview, yeah. I was looking at an interview and it was like, yeah, that's.
Nah, that sounds familiar. I had all kind of stupid ass names when I was a kid.
You still remember that name? Or?
It sounds mad 90s gutter baby. Nah, it's something
familiar.
Basically, that's where you got your style from. Like you grew up in the 90s.
Okay, yeah. See, so my style is more handcrafted from the golden era, from the beat on the mailbox type of vibe. Know what I mean? Like nowadays they call it cadence. We used to call it bounce. Yeah. You got a certain bounce. Yeah. Know what I mean? And my shit came from beating on the walls, beating on the staircases, listening to niggas' rhymes, and My favorite people, like I told you, Big Daddy Kane is like one of the goats to me. You know what I mean? You know when people mention like your top 5 and shit. Mm-hmm. Like my top 5 only consists of people that had a direct impact in my life. Yeah. I don't care about sales. I don't care about popularity. None of that. My top 5 will always be people that literally impacted my life. And Big Daddy Kane's one of them. But I used to sit there. I used to write down Rakim rhymes as a kid because I knew that was my mom's favorite. My mom's favorite was Rakim. My favorite was Big Daddy Kane. Okay. So to impress my mom and to get her to let me go outside, I used to do shit like perform Rakim songs. So she'd go crazy like, oh, you go outside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but yeah,
that's really rap for your mom that used to.
Yeah, man. God bless her soul. My mom's used to like do fake raps too. Like my mom's was still here. We would have probably had a bunch of songs. Like she was my biggest fan. Like you know what I'm saying? So up, yeah, like she got to see certain little shit, you know. But like now it's like in spirit. Yeah, she's been along for the ride. But that was my biggest cheerleader, and she always instilled that. Fuck what anybody say. Fuck what anybody think. Do what you like. Do what make feel good to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't never be real with other people if you can't be real with yourself. And that's the part of you that you want people to accept who you really are, not who you claim to be. You know what I'm saying? I've been in jail though. You know, a lot of years of my youth was spent in jail. And one positive from it, and I tell any young nigga right now, jail is whack. Don't go to jail. Get a fucking job and pay taxes. Trust me. Jail is for suckers. So don't let these niggas lie to y'all, glorifying they did all this asshole full of time, and you that deal. No, you made dumbass decisions, you got caught, and you gotta fucking pay for it. Be the cool guy, you still get the girls with a job. Cause with a job, you get a bag. Alright, that's just a disclaimer. But real shit. But during my time, when I was young, that's one positive I did get from jail was being able to read people. Because niggas come to jail with the same story. Oh, you was a kingpin. He was a killer. He was this. He was that. But one thing about jail, it reveals your real character over time. So all of that shit gets washed away and we get to see who you really is. And that's one thing I think any nigga that been to jail can attest to. They're a good judge of character. You know what I mean? And I only really say that to say like with the game and with how we are. Like when you turn the cameras and shit off, whether it's me or if it's the Locks or any of my D Block brothers, we are literally the same guy when you turn the camera off. Like the character is more important to us. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, so it's like even with the Locks, you know, they watch me grow up. You know what I'm saying? I understand. They watch me. They see me go through transition. They know the street shit that I really went through. The shit that I really had to go in struggles and come back. And the first time anybody ever seen me on the DVD, I was standing next to Kiss on a Come Up DVD. Shout out Fendi. Come Up DVD Volume 6. I never forget. That's a classical moment for me. Come Up DVD Volume 6. Kiss is standing next to us, and he introduced me to the world. Okay. I didn't have to say a word. He told niggas who I was, what I was about, and then I went right into a shock video and started spitting my bars. So, like, I was groomed into it just from being, you know what I mean, and having the right character. And if it wasn't authentic, if it wasn't really me, these niggas would have never wasted no time. They would have got right next to it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, because you've been around me. Yeah. You've been around me at different scenes, not just rap shit. You know how we react to everyday life. We react when it's tense. You know how we move. So, but I'm just saying, like, for listeners, because a lot of people, they watch these podcasts and shit, and you only get to see, like, a portion of the person. So I speak, like, with so much, like, passion is because I want you to know I don't got fucking time to be wasting of yours to be trying to fabricate. I don't got fucking time for that. Know what I'm saying? But that's the characteristics that we was groomed into. So when you think D Block, you think what? Dedication, discipline, and determination. But those are characteristics that we carry. So
that's what you actually,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you said the first one you married to Sheik.
Right.
How did that happen?
Excuse me.
And then after that, when he bring you the Styles and Jada.
Just being outside. Like I see them every day. Like I said, it wasn't like
nobody brought you to Sheik like, yo, this nigga.
Nah, it was the OGs on the block. Like once they started rhyming, it's like, yo, go get him, go, yo, little niggas nice. And they just was around. They used to hear us in the ciphers.
So was there no specific person that, yo, let me bring you to Sheik right now? He's being
because we lived here. So I didn't need a formal introduction. You know, just like when you move in the hood, you grow up in the hood, you learn everybody. Like at some point, like you can remember your first day, you moved to a certain neighborhood. You only knew one person, or you ain't know nobody. Mm-hmm. But then you fast forward 6 months from now you know the nigga in the store. You know, like so you meet because everybody see you every day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that just came from that, and then the OGs taking a liking to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like it was other niggas in my hood that was nice. But I really only could say like one other person in my hood that I really went back and forth with. But I was the one always say, yo, you got your shit? Yo, but he always had his shit though. Yeah. Know what I'm saying?
Bars was always on deck.
Shout out my nigga Stephen King. Yeah, word up. He always had his shit. But I was the one like that would, initiate it. And we used to take the amp and the speakers and record and like, I come from that. You know what I mean? The first time I ever recorded, I recorded on a 4-track. Then we recorded on an 8-track. Then we recorded on an SP1200. Know what I mean? So I went through those phases. But yeah, all of that shit, all manifested though from them literally just calling me and I'm catching them in the cipher. Mm-hmm. Know what I mean? And rapping my little shit.
But Sheik is the first one that gravitated to you when you started.
Yeah, me and Luch, because I would, like, Luch used to, like, they all played the block. But Luch probably played the block more than everybody. Luch was always on the block. So he tell you in the interviews, if you listen, a lot of those songs he missed that he ain't on because he was on the block. Yeah, they had to call it, like, if you listen. Yeah, but back then, he always was on the block. So I'm always guaranteed to run into Luch every day. You know what I mean? So it would be moments where it would just be me and him. And he'd be like, what you got? What you got? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So even in that heat of the moment, it was like the jewels was being taught because it was like, stay sharp. Yeah. Always have something because you know they're going to say what you got. Yeah. And when you don't got it, they ain't fucking with you. You know what I mean? So
I feel like them days is over, man. These kids.
Nah, it is. Sadly,
don't have clips no more, man.
Yeah, sadly.
Motherfuckers bars gonna be on deck, man. You do a cipher right now. The average new rappers out here, they have nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of that shit I be tripping, like even like with the BET ciphers and shit. Like I be trying to get into it, but it be like
that shit don't be fair. They already know they ain't gonna do that.
But them shits be like mediocre bars though. To me, like. Them shits don't be like, yo, this is, you rhyme fire or die. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how we took it. Like, nigga, you ever gonna spit a 16 or they gonna kill you, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, ridiculing you is like death coming up in the 90s.
Well, like you said, that's how you get known back in the day. See, that's why there was no internet, no social media, no none of that. Mm-hmm. So you had to go outside. Your pen really had to be on top because you had to go to ciphers, actually battle niggas in different hoods and do all this to get a buzz. Tons and tons of A&Rs up top because you right here, Yonkers, Manhattan's over here. You know, they looking for talent. But how they find the talent? You think? There's no social media. There's no followers. There's no This guy got this many followers. This many.
No, it was none of that. You're right. It was none of that.
Go by that. You gotta actually really be A&R in here.
Nah, that's a fact. But like you said, like pulling up to shit. You know what I mean? Word of mouth, we get, we know this is going on there, we pulling up. We want to battle whoever's the hottest nigga over here. Yep. And a lot of that, I mentioned Doom Entertainment, right? Because I don't get to say that enough in my interviews. I don't get to speak on that enough. But through that journey, and it's funny because this is a 360 moment, but the beginning part of it, we was able to rock with DR Period when he had MOP and Smoother Hustler and True. We battled them niggas. Know what I'm saying? So like that, and then like I said, fast forward my first.
So hold up. So rewind. So you battled what MOP and?
No, not MOP, but Smoother Hustler, Trigger the Gambler, his brother.
Okay.
Whoever them niggas was with. Yeah. Word to mother. Smooth ate my man, though. I keep it a buck. My man was going up against Smooth. The nigga I had, I just slapped him around. He couldn't do nothing. Or I was just blessed to have a few moments. We're gonna talk about. I walked in rooms with rappers and tore, and some rappers I walked in rooms and tore the whole room apart. But see, again, that's my humble nature. I care more about how you treat me when you see me than what you say online. I don't give a fuck about. I ain't gonna be best friend. Like, I ain't chasing Dave East to like my comment, but I bet you he walk in the room, he gonna acknowledge me a certain type of way because we got a certain type of love and respect for each other, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. So I care more about that. So I only say that to say, like, I never really cared about like the clout, the fame, because we didn't come from that. You know what I'm saying? But I met these dudes early through these journeys though, and if it wasn't for these journeys and meeting these dudes, my 360 moments wouldn't be complete. Because now you have it, my Ingenuity album, I got Triggered a Gambler on my album. Know what I'm saying? Okay. It's like, yo, that's crazy. We was a kid looking up. That's when MOP had How About Some Hardcore out. Yep. They was popping. They was like, for us, they was the niggas, and they was rough, and they was hardcore, like punch you in the face, like type of, like we was hooked on that type of shit. So yeah. To be able to interact at DR period, and then my man Young Lord, shout out my boy Young Lord, he's one of the, well, I can't say what he currently is, but I always like to give him his flowers and mention him from what I know some of his accolades are. But he's one of the hitmen from Bad Boy. He's one of the hitmen. He he produced the Big Pun Is So Hard record. Mm-hmm. That's my guy. When we was kids though. So it's like a lot of these 360 moments came back around. Shout out my boy Arsonist from the Heatmakers. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of my journey was like the before and the after. Mm-hmm. Know what I'm saying? Like I was rocking with Arsonist before he got with Dipset. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. I just recently had a conversation with him and I hadn't spoken to him for a while. And I was glad I did have the conversation with him. And it was just crazy that I had to remind him, like, dog, I had to like scrap like 5 records of mine because they came out on the fucking Diplomats album. I literally have those. Come Home With Me. I still have the vocals to that beat.
You had that beat first?
I had all of them before Santana's Town. I had all of them beats. Wow. I had all of them shits before them.
Damn.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, I got my own story, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was connected through the universe just put me in certain situations. Know what I'm saying? And it just worked out. And like I said, I got a chance to speak to Arsonist and tell him, like, yo, and it's crazy because the shits that I was using from him, though, they was nothing like that. His shits was hard, like hi-hat, snares, not the soulful shit. The soulful shit came from, like, him doing the Dipset shit. Yeah. That's when I was like, because I had 1, 2 here and there, like, but then when I see, like, the I'm Ready joint, I had all of those records. I already had those. Know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. Damn. How like 360
you killed them shits first.
I mean, in my own way, hell yeah, I killed them shits. But I never like put them shits out. Or, I respect it. Like, oh nah, that's what it is. I didn't have to be told that. I'm a nigga with principles. So
I don't know.
And it's crazy. He's like, yo, I appreciate that because you could have did some bullshit. I would have fucked up our bag. Like you should say, yo, I'm putting this shit out anyway. I had it first. Nah. I already respected the ring.
Like you did a freestyle over. You know, people saying people's.
I
mean, back then.
Nah, back then we didn't do that though. We niggas ain't. Know what I'm saying? It was like This is before 50 and them really kind of made that hot.
He did.
So you got to. This is before that. So niggas wasn't just like rhyming on niggas shits. Like, know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, B. Hell of a journey, bro. Hell of a journey.
That's definitely a journey right there, man. So you was fucking around with Dean Wah too, like I know.
Shout out to General, man.
The General.
Shout out to General.
They from Yonkers too, right?
Now, well, they like me in a sense, like they from Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. Yeah.
You know, and then they had they stand out and be more shit, but then they was here, and you know what's crazy? My connection with D is crazy too because back when he had the Rough Rider van, it used to be wrapped. And he used to have the Rough Rider shit and all that. Mm-hmm. I used to ride around in the van with him playing my mixtapes for him. You know what I'm saying? So I used to rap for hours for D. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just crazy how, like, some OGs, you got to give them their flowers in that sense because anything they touch was relevant or had some type of influence. And you just never know how far along the line the influence goes. Like, a lot of people didn't know I was connected to D. Mm-hmm. Know what I'm saying? Like, I've had that pocket too. You know what I'm saying? And just absorbing and soaking game up that he would give me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's the general, man. Word.
So the DVD that you did with Fendi's DVD, you said
Gonna
Jada
come
put
up.
you, that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was your first
Well, that was the first of a bunch. Yeah, that was like my first real
introduction to.
I feel like, yeah, like if you asking me, in my opinion, I feel like that was my first real introduction, like, to the world. You might have seen little shit like heard me on mixtapes and shit.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because
mixtapes
my first song that I released coming home from prison was a record that Austin has produced that Sheik Neutral's on. And K Slade was the one who broke the record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that song. What's that?
Gangsta Nigga.
Gangsta Nigga?
It's called Gangsta Nigga. And yeah, that was crazy. Crazy times, bro. K Slade used to always, like, the Street Sweeper tapes before he even, like, he always would shout out my man, rest in peace, 2-5. All the Street Sweepers. 2-5, Mount Vernon. So this is around the same time when I came home, and some of the people that I was affiliated with was the reason why I was able to have these connections with, like, the Heat Makers and etc. And he called me one night, and Five was like if you knew Five, he was like a showboat. He was like a Willie. Excuse me, you know what I mean? Like, he'll come through in the hoopty with a $20,000 fur on. You know what I mean? He'll go, them niggas went to buy me a stereo and pulled out $20,000 cash to buy me a stereo that cost $150. You know what I'm saying? But he was like a stat, anybody that ever came as a visitor, like, say, yo, I got my man from North Carolina, he would call me, yo, I got 10,000 on Snyp. That was his favorite line. I got 10,000 on Snyp. Nobody really wanted to battle me like that, though. Nobody really wanted to battle me. So one of my only battles was I battled Drag On. And that was one of my few, and I don't call it, let me reframe that. I don't call it a battle. For me, it was like a scrimmage. I learned a lot from him that day. Okay. I learned about showmanship and body language because I had neither. I was fresh out the can. I was mad aggressive. You know what I mean?
So I'm taking about information. You telling me that did you lose?
Nah. Never. They stopped it. They stopped it. They was like, oh, all right, that's enough. Like, it wasn't like it was like two pitch, like, get some. So all right, this how it went. Right. We had to run. Hold on, cause so 2-5 called me one night, say, yo, come to the bar. We was at the bar in Mount Vernon. He had K Slade there as a guest DJ that night. So he called me, said, yo, my man just came home. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, K Slade said, yo, let me hear something. I dumped like a 40 clip on him. Oh, he gave me a bottle of Moet. I'll never forget because I could visit his history for me. He had 2 bottles of Moet in his hand. I spit 40 bars. He said, yo, this nigga's nice. Here, gave me the bottle. He said, yo, you got to bring him up to the show. This is when he just was about to get the show. Just started the show, really. And that's how I met Slade, though. So I met Slade like in the street, like type of shit, right? Cool. So a little bit after that, we at the Rucker. So I'm with my man, shout out my man Wop. My man Wop is who I did the whole 354 shit with. I was up north. My man Wop was up north. We was in 2 different prisons. We used to write each other. Damn, I done tore my sweats up with these ashes. Y'all can't see that though. The weed. But we used to write each other and we came up with the idea. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let's do 354. Like, actually he told me, like, yo, let's start a company 3. I was like, yo, that's flavor. Hell yeah. He was about to go home before I was, but he went in first. He did a little more time than me. So he was in first. Then I came in. Then he on his way out. I'm still in. So he goes home. He starts with the paperwork and everything. We corresponded. So I'm like, all right, you Dame Dash, I'm Jay-Z. Fuck it, right? Like, our own hood little shits, right? Yeah. So, and then, we fuck with Kissing them, so they gonna support what we doing. So that's just how it started. So I came home, it was just 354. Way before D-Block. It was 354. They had hood at that time. But I was doing 354 shit, but I still got records with them. Yeah. These my niggas, like. So, long story short, this particular day, we at the Rucker, and Uncle Ralph from Rough Riders got the fucking tape. So just for the record, the receipt is there. Before I even continue. The
battle with you and
Yes, the receipt is there. Uncle Ralph from Rough Riders got the tape. It was recorded.
Oh shit.
It's word of my mother. Hold on. So I peeped the whole shit. I'm a jail nigga. I'm fresh out. I'm peeping everything. Look, I noticed this is history for me. The nigga Drake got the charcoal gray Audi TT drop convertible shit.
So what's after his deal or?
They ain't moved. They lit.
Oh, this is okay. This is all right.
He that nigga on the street. I was up north watching Rough Rider DVD. They did a DVD, right? I'm up north.
So this is like 2000.
He was tearing niggas apart in the street. I was watching from the day room, my nigga. I seen him like. So fast forward, we there. He got his little homie with him for Phillies, a little young boy. So long story short, I guess they wanted to see like, yo, let him spar. So they put the young boy in there and they threw another nigga in there. I'm doing this to him. Lyrically, I'm doing this to this nigga from Philly. Get him out of here. Who's next? They bring another nigga in. I'm thinking we like just everybody spinning. They both start coming at me. Dog, I had him here and him here lyrically. I kid you, round got the tape. I'm doing this to these niggas. They can't do nothing with me, dog.
So bring it home.
I had the two niggas.
I had his little.
No.
No.
See, don't fuck the narrative up. Don't keep the sound bites. Don't fuck the narrative up, dog.
Okay.
What I'm saying to you is he had a little protege, like a little homie with him.
Yeah.
Trailing him all day. It's me and him, the protege.
Yeah.
Then it's some random nigga. Now they both, so I'm doing them both filthy. Next thing I know, they push Drag in there. Cause I was here. It's like, yo, this is child's play. Come on, what y'all doing? They push Drag in there. So now we going. Oh, it's lit. We going. So he said some shit, like for me, like I said, I learned, cause he said, I'd never forget the line he said. The nigga said, he linked into me, he said, something. I got bullets that turn corners. And when he said it, he acted it.
Freestyle like this.
He acted it out.
Yeah.
And they went crazy. So I learned, look, bing, I learned, this nigga's, he's like this, like he's like this. Me, I'm like this.
Like he's in the Matrix.
I'm like this, but he like this, like he's stabbed. So I'm like, damn, right? So, but I'm coming back hard though. Like, ooh, he don't care who you are. I was battling niggas for cuts in the face in prison, dog. And I got people to back up the receipts. I battled niggas for cuts in the face. You know what I'm saying, kid? By the grace of God, nigga, I ate well, nigga. So what I'm saying to you is, I already had a mentality. I didn't care about. This is like equivalent to internet fame, because they on the DVDs. They them niggas.
Yeah.
But I'm a product of these. Kiss was there. Kiss said, "Give him the hammers, daddy." That's what he told me. That's what he told me back then. Cause you know, I used to say daddy like cool, daddy cool from like Donald Goins. We used to talk. We don't really talk like that now, but then.
Yeah.
Dog, I'm in there like this, holding my own. They like, all right. And he grabs, yo, I respect your gangster. And I tell you, yo, I see you soon. That was the conversation we had.
What Drag, he from Yonkers too?
Who?
No, what's Drag from?
Drag from the X, man.
From the X. Oh, yeah, DX. All right.
Drag from the X, man. That's just a blessing that, you know, he had his run with X. Nigga, I had the tape. I bought his album. I was up north. So I'm like, this shit was a surreal moment for me. So, like I said, I don't use false narrative. I used it. That was for me. It was an experience in itself, because like I said, I learned what showmanship was. I didn't know about. I learned that in that little site. That little, he spit something, I spit something, and I learned so much from him from that. And B, it made me realize, nah, I don't think I want to be a battle rapper. Because jail is different, but it's not. But it's like, nah, dog, I'm going to catch a case. Because y'all niggas is not going to say, you pussy. I'm going to offer reflex. Like, I don't even know I even jawed you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would be like the math alpha back then.
No bitch stay in my face.
Nah, but I commend them, because not even just for that, the preparation that they go through.
Yes.
I commend them niggas, man. Murder Mook, that's my guy. So,
shout to my guy,
you know, I commend them niggas. I just was like, you know, the jail shit was like, all right, but I knew I wanted to outgrow. I had to be bigger than that. So, and I could make songs. Because you know what the myth is. Battle rappers can't make songs. Let's call this. My man Murder Mook got song. My man Goods got a good song too. I like Goods. That's my guy too. But we know what the thing is. So for me, that's why I was like, I couldn't be in this country because I make dope ass songs, dog. I make fire ass songs. I ain't got time to be remembering battle raps, nigga. I got songs. I'm getting songs with a lot. I was bragging in jail, telling these, you know how much I was bragging. They looking at me like, this nigga's, yo, he freestyling, dog. Dog, I'm gonna be with them niggas when I get out. Fuck is you talking about? Yelling, screaming, ready to scrap with niggas. Then when I got the pictures, the whole jail was like this. We went to, yo, come to the rec. I told him, go to the gym. No, we go to the yard. We went to the gym. I had that whole south side in there like this. I had pictures, kids like this with the CLK jury. My man that was in, they knew him because he was in the jail before I got. They see him. He got the jury on. Bro. They like, yo, oh, yo, you know them niggas, yo. I'm looking at these niggas like I told you. So it's crazy now, right? A lot of my guys are home now. These are niggas that did 18, they did 20, 22. You can look on my page. You see them. And it's like, they just like, yo, dog, you told us this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's legendary in itself for me. You know what I mean? And then that's long after I was released from prison, my name was still being talked about like folklore because it was like a baton. Like if you had to be there, yo, you wasn't here when my son Snyp was here, yo. So I'm hearing niggas come home 5 years later, yo, we was talking about you in the yard. I ain't been in jail in 5 years. But influence, bro. And that's what I said. Influence come from having a certain level of character. And you leave that impression. Know what I'm saying? So all this shit, keep it a buck with you, all this shit for me was house money. Because I wasn't spoon-fed rap. Like, I didn't have a major deal at 16 and come. I literally came home from jail and jumped into rap. Literally. You know what I'm saying? And I never looked at it for me to, I didn't want to be famous. Nigga, well, you know, today is a new day. Snyp is a changed man. Yeah. Half of my career, I was still a criminal, though. You know what I'm saying? The streets know, you know. Niggas know this face. Niggas gonna tell you in the comments, yo, I was in a crack spot with this nigga, such and such. Yo, I had a job with this nigga. Yeah, because my PO wasn't trying to hear that rap shit. Nigga said, nigga, you better get a job, nigga. I had violent cases. I didn't have drug cases. That's one thing I never got knocked. I can't knock on the wood somewhere. I didn't get knocked with drugs. You know what I'm saying? I got knocked for violence, criminal use of a firearm, robbing niggas. That's my jacket. You know what I'm saying? So that's my MO. That's in the law book. I don't glorify it, but I don't hide from it. Like, I came from that. I did that. Y'all shit y'all niggas where I did that. It's in the law book, 160.10. I did that. Know what I'm saying? So I just say that.
Everything, the coordinates and all that.
I mean, that's the charge of penal law when you study. Because I was one of them niggas. Yeah. Like, I was a jailhouse lawyer.
Check
nigga.
The receipts, man.
You come in, I'm the nigga. I know your whole case. Yo, come on, kid. I was one like when I came in, the older heads doing it. But my case, like, you know, they trying to give me 12 and a half to 25. So I feel like they trying to fucking fry me. I got to fight for my life, nigga. I'm like a fucking teenager, 17, 18. What? 12 and a half to 25? I heard it was 25. I ain't even hear the first half. Fuck out of here. I'm not home. I'm not here in the city where niggas know. I'm out of town. I used to be out of town. I'm going to go out of town now. I call my kids out of town. You know what I'm saying? Let my shit fly out of town, represent my block. But I'm here now, and I'm like, well, all right, well, I gotta learn this shit. So I was one of them niggas. You come in, my little homie came in, he had a body, he had 20 life. Nigga came in, he was gonna take the life first offer. First offer is, life. Oh, I'm taking it tomorrow. No, you not taking no fucking life. No, you gonna fight. And that from that mentality is like, and I put that energy into my own shit. Like I don't have it here, but I can send you and you could post. I got newspapers. I made the news for getting kicked out of court because I fired all my lawyers. I go to court, I'm like a smart ass. Tell the stenographer, disregard this. I was one of them niggas. I was bold. I took these niggas all the way to trial. You know how I say, yo, bluff them. Out there tell you, yo, bluff them, young blood. Nigga, I'm bluffing them all the way to trial. Nigga, you know what it's like to go through trial? You know these niggas talk about this shit. They don't tell you shit going behind the scenes. You sitting there with the fucking lawyer, the fucking DA. You get to pick a jury. They get to pick a jury. You get to ask them 2 questions. They look like straight cracker, like, they gonna fight me. Nah, if you say nah, the next one you got to take regardless. So the next one could be 2 dickheads back to back. And you like, nah, I'll pass it and get the next one. Oh, he's a dickhead too. When I realized the process, nah, I'll take that time right now. I'll cop out right now. You know what I'm saying? It's real. You know what I mean? But, yeah, shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy.
So the first official distributed.
Yeah, I got to pause because, I'll keep going. Pause. Say,
that's good.
Pause.
Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? You talking that shit. Like you said, the passion's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying, so the first official joint you was on from the locks was the No Security?
So
the first officially, like, distributed joint that you was on?
Well, we distributed our own shit that I was on. Like I said, YO's Finest.
But what was that? Was that through independent label?
That was an independent. Yeah, it was independent.
But it wasn't like store. Was it like in the store?
Nah, we did it out the trunk though. But it was. No, actually we did. You could buy it retailer. It was for retail. It actually had barcode and everything. Yep,
okay,
swear to God.
Okay.
Yep, it's a fact. To this day, they still selling it right now. I ain't getting paid. So I'm saying the first official
that you was on with a budget behind it. Like
no. Let's go back. The first official D Block release that I was on was No Security.
That's all right.
That was the first official D Block release.
D Block, okay.
I'm on. They had a CD that came with a DVD, the red cover. It was like a D Block compilation DVD. That was the one that came out right before. This was out like everywhere. Yeah. Right before No Security. But that was the song that got debuted. That Vinny Idol produced for us with me, Styles, and Bully and Straws was on. The song is called Discipline. And it got the famous piano at the beginning.
How many mixtapes to this day do you have?
Oh man, I can't even. Not even on no funny shit. People that made mixtapes of me. My own personal, I think Dat Piff ain't even up and running no more. But Dat Piff was like the hub for our mixtapes and live mixtapes too. But I was heavy on Dat Piff, and that shit mattered to us with getting the trophy. 100,000 downloads, 75,000 down. Like that was like how niggas say 5 or 10 milli clip now. If you had like 50 and got the bronze, you was lit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But definitely over 50. Definitely. Yeah, I mean that was that's the era. Like I came in the game in the mixtape era. Yeah. Mixtapes and DVDs. Yeah. That was literally the era. Shout out my boy French too. Never forget my guy French. He's a fucking rock star now. He deserves it. French used to pull up 354, shoot my videos, Cocaine City DVD. I was on mad Cocaine City DVDs. Probably on more his shits than probably anybody else shits. He always tapped in with us. So shout out to French for keeping it G.
I might have gave French one of his first interviews. I ain't even gonna front. I gotta be like the first, if not the first, the second, the third.
Tell him I mentioned them, man. Cause that's my guy. Brought him to the hood and recorded in the closet. He threw a dart at Cy Castro on my song too that I got with him. I don't know if y'all know who Cy Castro is, but
I remember doing him Castro. I used to remember he battled. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. He had a little riff with French at one time, like DVD battle type of shit. Yeah. But the song was so fire. He threw a crazy line at the nigga in the song on my song.
On your shit.
But yeah, I still got the record that I did with him, and shout out to Coke Boys too. I fuck with all of them. Droop, Brock, I fuck with the whole gang. But it started with French. We was fucking with French before, like, everything. Yeah, know what I mean? But that was the era, though. Like, you had to be on these Cutmaster C, DVD, Sub-Zeros, Smack. You had to be on these DVDs. If you wasn't popping. I don't give a fuck who you was, where you was, how much you bust your gun, how much money you make, didn't matter. If you wasn't on these DVDs in circulation, you wasn't doing nothing. Yeah. And that was a big part for us. So we was cranking out mixtapes like every other week. We was cranking them shits out. And you see, like, even from the D Block wave, like how they had the mixtape game. You know what I mean? And I'm right there. Like, so we was applying the same shit to our shit. And I got them on my shit. So, you know what I'm saying? My first record, that really probably got a lot of success was the Coast to Coast record with Styles. Green Lantern producing, then I did the remix with Mano. Know what I'm saying? And that and the video, we shot the video, and that put us on the map though. And you could YouTube that to this day. 354 Coast to Coast.
The video that was on a DVD.
It was on DVD. It was on every DVD. It was on every DVD. But I'm just saying, like now in this modern times, you could still YouTube that and watch that video. That was like our first coming out party, like our own video, like our first single.
Because back then it's harder to do videos back then.
We call them shock videos. Yeah. So they would just like pull up and we just like shoot some shit real quick. Like, it was a shock video, and that's what Smack and all of these dudes did on their DVDs. You know what I'm saying? And then this is before they even started implementing like the battle part to it. It was just like going through the hoods, getting the interviews and getting the video with them niggas. And that's what we did. And that's why I said, like, with the Kiss situation, that's how that played out. But, French was somebody that we had our own personal relationship with. Yeah. So, like, we just used to always be on them joints. So that's what really made me. That's, for me, like, that's what really made me.
Ain't no days like, though, that's like the DVD era was like the the street internet. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that was it. Like,
The
and
street
you
internet.
and we would go downtown to go rain,
Yeah.
sleet, or snow to go get the mixtapes.
Exactly.
Just cause you on the joint. Know what I'm saying?
And to cop them, you really had to go to corner stores.
Yeah, you go to the mom and pop
shit.
shits. You had to,
Mom and pop shits.
Shout out fucking Luca Brasi, man. Luca Brasi used to have his spot on 145th.
Yeah.
Around the corner from KB Khan. Like, I go back like that. Like, you should go pull up like, oh shit, yo, 354 niggas.
145th and Broadway.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, real shit.
Back then, man, we wasn't going to no Best Buy and all that in the mall, all safe to go cop. If you want to go cop a DVD, you gotta go to the hood. You feel me?
And I ain't gonna lie, I was tight, yo. We was shaking and moving and shit, right? I never really shared this story, but it's like it's not like a personal. It's like for fun and kicks, a ha moment. But like I was really feeling myself with the 354 shit, and yo, I ain't gonna lie, I was really tight at Memphis Bleak for a minute. I was really tight. Like, I was throwing shots. Shout out to Bleak. He's a hell of a businessman. He's still in the game. But at that time, I was like, yo, what the fuck? He came out with a project called 534. Y'all remember that? He came out with I say, yo, he's biting off us. He jacked us. Because we was 354.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because that's his building. Like, it's our building. So it was like a coincidence. Yeah. I was mad as hell at Bleak. Like, yo, nah, nigga, fuck that. But yeah, that was DVD era, because I remember I was on some Cutmaster C. They try to make it like a Street Wars type of, the drama shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Bleak, man. That motivated me because it just made me feel like, yo, our shit is coincidental like that. That's the universe. That means something. Yeah. Like it's meant for something.
Really
like
his building. It's like it's your building.
Dog, just a quick flashback, dog. I was 14. I was 14. I was 9th grade. Jacob Javits Center had a black expo, and Jay-Z came to us. We did a contest. It was 500 artists in it, and we came in 3rd place. And Jay-Z came to me and my man and said, yo, y'all was dope. You got a demo? And we didn't fucking have a demo. To this day, I always say that shit. Yo, it was crazy. So I just say those moments made me feel like we was destined, like the universe, like we was around greats from young. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was dope. Got a demo now, Hov. I got a whole catalog. But yeah, he came and was like, yo, y'all was dope. Yo, you got a demo? We ain't even had no demo, man. That was wing. You know, Yonkers slang, dumb as hell. When you say anything is corny, dumb as hell, wing. That was wing. That was a wing moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many EPs do you have?
Probably a handful. I mean, in recent years, I probably got about 2 or 3 EPs and about another 3 or 4 albums. You know what I'm saying? I put out, because the EPs are just maybe 5 or 7 joints. But like I said, there's a lot of shits of me out there that I ain't even put out there. I'll be Googling, looking at shit like, when I drop a tape with Styles, I didn't do this. But yeah, but it's influence. Sometimes it tickle me because it's like you that important enough that somebody would try to create your whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, I got fans that tattoo my face on them. I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you made it.
Coming from what I came from, that's why I was saying earlier, what I was trying to iterate was like, I'm playing with house money because I really came from nothing. So I never really was trying to think about being a star, like being like famous. Like, I just wanted to be known that I was nice and get a couple of bags behind the scenes doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just stay affiliated to the greats. You know what I mean? But to be honest, I never really embraced the idea like, yo, I'm going to fucking be a superstar. Like, I'm going to take it there. So a lot of shit I shied away from. I was still a criminal, so.
So, you got a son that has autism.
Yeah.
You got a whole autism
different gear, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit hit different. Definitely. Those that know me, they know I wear my heart on my sleeve about autism. I don't care about what audience or who's around. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Something that's close to me, that's very passionate, and my son always loved music. He's just nonverbal. And when I say nonverbal, he's not mute. He just can't have a fluent conversation like this, but he understands everything. So him being nonverbal but loving music is inspired me to be his voice. I mean, it makes sense. I'm his dad. I'm his father. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I just took him to the studio, and this is some real shit. Like, I took him to the studio. And we started with 1 record, and we ended with like 10 or 12 records. So I dropped the whole album, Puzzles in the Sky. I got a non-profit that I started based off of Puzzles in the Sky, the album. So our main our main objective is a swimming initiative So we're trying to teach our young guys and young queens on the spectrum how to swim, because if you Google search autism and water, it's a magnet for them. So many tragic stories of kids with autism running away, running in the water, drowning. So we implemented a program that we just trying to teach them how to swim and handle themselves in the water. My son, he dives, he does all kind of fly shit in the water. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's nonverbal, and he's not high functioning. So it's a difference. Like, they only really show you most of the kids that are high functioning, that really could talk and walk. They don't really show you like in the bottom, like the lower end, where some kids have multiple things like blind, deaf, and autism. Like, and so just shout out to parents that got to go through that, because I know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? So Puzzles in the Sky, like I said, the album is out there.
Yep.
Just to bring awareness to it. It's a learning portfolio of my life and what autism meant to us. And yeah, real shit, man. Puzzles in the Sky. Yeah.
Definitely.
So I read up on it earlier, and it's crazy how you kept saying the universe. So my niece has a son with autism. So just earlier she posted something saying how, like, these kids are really smart. These kids are
genius.
And they be testing you sometime. And then my nephew, he works with them, and he was like, yo, they be tested by gangster. But, like, it's
shout out to them. And shout out to them, because we need more of them. I mean, my son is 17 years old, 18 years old. I've been doing this. I've been doing this for years when nobody was accepting it. So y'all gotta understand, he got diagnosed when he was 2.5, 3 years old. He's 18 now. So you could just imagine how many rooms I walked in and I felt like the elephant in the room. It wasn't enough information to go around. It wasn't enough families coming forward. So I really had to wear this shit on my sleeve and really carry it. Shout out to Adidas. I've done a lot of fundraisers and events with them. They was very open to the autism, the spectrum, and just bringing awareness and acceptance. So shout out to them for that.
Shout out to you for being an advocate for
thank you. Definitely. And I say this all the time. Advocates come in different shape, forms, and sizes. I know advocates that have bullhorns that stand down on Times Square in the rain and they'll tell you about autism. And I want a lot of people to know that anyone can be an advocate. Just don't be afraid to have the conversation. And by you having a conversation, you are advocating, because you don't know that the words that you speak, how they make the next person feel. I did a show where we going January 12th, I believe. We have a gig in Providence at the Strand. And I was at the Strand maybe a year ago. Sold out show. And I stopped my set in the middle of my show. And I addressed the crowd. And it's on my page. Y'all could look. And I talked about autism to a hip-hop crowd that had never seen it coming. And I took a risk, because they could have been like, man, what the fuck is you talking about? We want to see the locks. You know what I'm saying? But one thing it is, and your nephew and your family that's living this journey with your niece, the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. It went from 1 in 45, now it's 1 in 43. They saying possibly it's 1 in 39. So what I'm saying to you is, math don't lie. You could walk in a room, if you see 42 people, guaranteed 1,000,000%, one of them at least is affected by autism. And I took that number and multiplied it into this crowd, because this is to the wall. This is I'm talking about, this shit is packed. So 1 in 44 times 25, like. So I know there's fucking 20, 30 people in here. And I said what I said, and they went crazy just off of that, because it's like, wow, you did something that no rappers don't do. You know what I mean? But this is my life. I really, and every time I advocate and every time I speak on it like this, I'm being my son's voice. So I gotta speak up for him. Gotta speak up for him. You know what I mean? Man. Shout out to all of the special needs kids around the world. You know what it is.
Yeah, man, we out here forcing with my guy Snyp, man, you know.
Alright, so I got one last question.
Okay.
You just spoke on that, so obviously you deal with a lot mentally. What do you do on a daily basis? What is mental health to you, and what do you do to cope on a daily basis with your mental health?
That's a great question. That's something
else a lot of people don't, like the black community.
Yeah.
It's a stigmatism in the black community. So, like, what do you do?
I mean, I guess that really depends on the mood swing or the heightened of this of what could have you stressed or something a particular day. Like, but for me, like personally, I had a life full of disappointments. So I just learned how to cope with the mechanism of disappointment. Sitting in the cell, not knowing when you're gonna see your family again, shit like that. It's like, prison is mental. That's what I mention. It's mental, and it's a lot of brothers that's locked up, incarcerated, going through mental health too. But prison is more mental than it's physical. Way more mental than it's physical. And I just learned how to dissect issues and break them down to the smallest compound. You know what I mean? And it's a mental thing, and you learn that over time. But I just think that for mental health's sake, anybody, like, it's always good to just try to keep and obtain positive thoughts, be as optimistic as you can. And also analytical thinking helps reduce a lot of stress, because when you're an analytical thinker, you're able to take yourself out your shoes and think about somebody else. So you might have had a rough day, but what you think that bum that been sleeping on the corner riding the subway, what you think kind of day they had? You know what I'm trying to say? So I just try to say that that there's always somebody going through something way worse.
That's why I always say you're always in the middle.
You know what I'm saying? So you just got to take that into account, that, you may not feel this particular day situation that you feel great, but you are blessed. And being here in the presence is a blessing, especially when you lose somebody that you was real close to, and then you can't talk to them and hug them no more physically. That also is like with mental health. It's like, you got to appreciate the time, because it's not promised for none of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I feel like we all in the middle. There's always somebody doing better than you.
It's always.
And that's, and there's always somebody doing worse than you. You know what I'm saying? And that's all subjective too, man. Cause what is really doing better? You know what I'm saying? But in hindsight, I'm just saying, you're always in the middle, man.
Yeah, man.
That's how
I agree. I agree, brother.
Mental health situation, man.
Real shit.
We out here forcing to win. I'm sure you have a million forced to win stories.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forced to win every day. It's like beating the odds.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, so y'all want to hear a story? You want to hear forcing to win story?
Let's
all right.
go.
I got one real quick for you.
All right, let's go.
Styles P Float album. Okay?
Float.
It's a real thing, right? Okay. So we running out of time. They telling us we turning the album in tomorrow. Y'all verses ain't done. Y'all ain't on there. Now, this is a whole nother long story. I created a crew called the Bullpen. Okay? Let's make sure we fact check that. I created a crew within the crew called the Bullpen. That consisted of Large Amount and AP. Because those are the ones, after they kind of, everybody went their own ways. That's another part we ain't really go on what happened like after No Security. But long story short, we went on tour for No Security. We came back. Everybody kind of went their own way. I was the last guy. I stayed behind. During my stay behind, I realized certain people was gravitating to certain people. So I said, yo, I'm going to start a crew called Bullpen. I went to Styles. Yo, P, how you feel about this? I said, y'all love that. It's hard. Okay, cool. Bullpen. Now we doing it. Float album has to be turned in. We can't get in the fucking studio.
Why is it locked?
The studio is locked.
Engineer's not
there. No engineer. Studio is locked. 24 hours to live. The album is in. We ain't on there if we ain't on this shit right now. So we broke into the studio. I can talk about this shit now. We broke into the studio, called our own engineer, did our vocals, turned the album in. Them niggas was mad as hell when they found out after that. There's a whole nother shit, but yeah, that's what we do to force to win, man. We had to get it done. So that was dope. And we made it, and everything all is well. And Float album is one of P's classics, and proud to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you definitely had some stories for us tonight. So I appreciate you for taking the time out to sit with us tonight and give us some of these gems.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Holding on to over
for sure. I'm definitely in my OG phase right now. Man, me and Frank Nino been doing this though. We done had interviews on the side of shows, the sprinters at hotels. This guy is everywhere, literally. I've known him part of my journey at least damn near almost 10 years now, if not.
Yeah.
So like you said, man, I love what y'all doing. I wanted to commend y'all for having this podcast, this platform, and it's just a dope theme, and you know, it's this relegates to all of us. Like forcing the win is something that we all striving to do every day. So this could really be a staple, not only for the culture, but the hip hop community, but for just the regular average Joes that watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm turning into like a podcast guy, so I'll be checking these joints out. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, forcing the win, man. We here.
Yes, sir. Wait for Nino. Leticia
J.
Snyp, appreciate you for having us.
Yes, sir. Anytime, my brother. You know that. We still out here making moves, man.
This ain't the last one, you know. We're gonna do it
No
definitely
doubt.
update and get it going.
Shout out my guy Blaze G in the back.
Blaze G.
We got some shit coming. We cooking, man. We about to start working, man.
Shout out to Lavish Loot
You know it.
on the camera.
And if y'all haven't, make sure y'all go get my Ingenuity Part 1. Ingenuity Part 2 is out right now. And we just keeping it moving, man. Yeah.
100.